I think it opens up a whole nother market because I think killing two birds with one stone as best as you can. I think that's awesome. I love it. And honestly, I would put it in a whole separate category outside of beauty and skincare. I think it's something new. And I think a lot more companies are going to start doing that.
Welcome to the Girly Ladies. I'm Sonji.
Hi, I'm KJ, and we're really excited because we have a guest this week.
Yeah, we are super excited about our guest and bringing her on. She's going to talk a great deal about the cosmetic industry, skincare, all of those things that we wish we had paid close attention to when we were younger.
Yes. So we're going to have today a makeup artist. She recently has dived into the whole film industry. So can't wait to discuss that with her. So without further ado, we're going to bring her in.
Yes, let's bring her on.
So I'm introducing Amanda Parks. She's not just a makeup artist. That word is thrown around quite a bit now, very loosely. She is actually a working makeup artist. So I'm talking film as well as clientele. She's staying booked, staying busy. She's a real makeup artist. So it is my pleasure to introduce her. Welcome, Amanda, to Girly Lady.
Hey,
Welcome,
thank you. I'm so
welcome.
excited to be here, ladies. Thank you so much for the invite. And that
Absolutely.
introduction, yes, a working makeup artist.
Yes, there is a difference because anyone can say that nowadays, anyone that can pick
Yeah,
up a brush, but
yeah.
you're actually working, you have clientele, you're being booked for film, television, streaming, you name it, you're actually working. So I'm really excited to get your perspective on being that type of makeup artist. And we also, want tips and tricks from you.
Yes, yes, yes.
Absolutely. The tips and tricks, because if we had known about a lot of these tips and tricks when we were younger, boy, would it have changed the game moving forward. And we would be in a different place now than,
Yeah.
and I say it all the time, if only I had started earlier, then things would be very different. So we're really excited to hear from you.
Yeah, I'm
Yes.
excited to
Tell us
be.
about yourself. Tell us where you're from, how you got started. Is this something that you felt like you always wanted to do? Or when did you know that you were a creative?
Yes, I'm from Pittsburgh, originally from Pennsylvania. I've been living in Houston for a couple years now. And when I came to Houston, I had just turned 29. And I had, in like 2016, I had journaled that by the time I was 30, I was going to move out of my city. I did when I was 29. And so I had to hit the restart button completely as far as clientele. I didn't know anyone out here, anything like that. And growing up, I would tell my mom that I wanted to be everything. Blue collar work just never did it for me. When they would ask us what we wanted to be when we grew up, I never heard anybody say a makeup artist. I was growing up in the late 90s, early 2000s. There weren't freelance makeup artists in the way they were now. So I didn't know a makeup artist. I never heard of it, never heard the term, but I was always in the creative space. I always was making something. I always wanted the Barbie dolls that came with the hair and the nails and the makeup. So
Yeah.
it was always in me. I didn't think that I would become a makeup artist. And honestly, I fell into it. It wasn't something that I aspired to do. It was something that I was good at and I was able to leverage my skills for income. So yeah, that's kind of how we got here. I used to just play in makeup back in the early YouTube days when it was just Jackie Aina, Time the Infamous, and Nikki Tutorials, the early makeup YouTube girlies. I was all in on their content. So I would go on eBay at the time and get some cheap makeup and go to the beauty supply store. And I would do my makeup just because it made me feel cute, not because I thought that I was going to make something of it. But people kept inquiring. And for a long time, it was a no, I'm not doing it. It's just something I do for fun. And then eventually something clicked and I was like, I could be making some money off of this. And that's just how it started. It started with it just being a side hustle, nothing I took serious. So it's crazy to see how everything is manifested.
Did you find that people were always asking you to do their makeup?
Yes. Yes, for big events too, for their 21st birthday or for a gala. And I'm like, I'm not a makeup artist. This is not what I do. But I guess, people saw it in me and my makeup was always cute. I guess that was enough for them. So yeah, I still find it crazy. I don't know if it's that imposter syndrome thing, but sometimes I'm still in spaces and I'm like, how did I even get here? So I don't know. It blows my mind how something that started as just something I like to do for myself is become what it's become for me.
That's awesome. And just going back, you said that you were from Pittsburgh. Are you a Steelers fan?
I'm a Steelers fan when the Steelers are winning.
Okay.
I'm not as much of a sports girl as people think Pittsburgh girls are. But yeah, when the Steelers are in town, I'm a Steelers fan. When the Steelers are winning, when they're in the Super Bowl, go Steelers.
Okay.
Other than that, I don't really pay too much attention to it. But I do
Okay.
love my team. I do love my team.
Okay, because I'm from Baltimore, so we're always in competition with you all, the Ravens and the Steelers. So that's why I
I
was just
know.
wondering.
So if there's a Ravens game, I'm a Steelers fan too.
Okay, just wondering if I was speaking with the enemy.
No, we're all friends here.
Okay, very, very good.
So, Amanda, I would love to know, you recently had like an opportunity to work on something a little bit bigger, which we won't get into all of the specifics, but are you able to kind of tell us how that opportunity fell in your lap to work with streaming?
Yeah, it was a lot of networking. It's a lot about who you know. So back in this had to be 2016 or 2017, this same company was in Pittsburgh doing some promo for something that they were about to I don't know if it was a preview of it or if it was actually in motion at the time, but a friend of mine who's a hairstylist got the opportunity to work and they were looking for a makeup artist and she was like, "Oh, I have somebody." And at the time, the person who brought me on the project now at the time was an intern for this project. And we just kind of kept in contact via social media. Hey, I see what you're doing. Hey, I like what you're doing here and there. She grew within the company. And so it was something where she remembered me and she had seen that I was in Houston because we follow each other on social media. And she was like, "Hey, I have a project. I think you would be great for it." So it was a network thing. It was something that I had made a connection early on and I kept up with the connection. Not because of anything. I just thought she was cool. And then watching her grow within the company and be able to bring me back some years later, it was crazy. So yeah, sometimes it's just who you know. It's not all about what you know, it's who you know.
Oh, absolutely. And anything job related, you can send out the resume and good luck.
Yep.
It's best if you know somebody on the inside who can recommend you or push your name to the top and say, "Yeah, I think you need to go for that person," because
Yeah.
I've worked with them in
Yeah.
the past and I know how well they're doing and this is your person.
Yeah. And it's an old saying, but you have to treat the janitor the same way you treat the CEO because you never know where somebody's going to end up. They're on their path just like you're on your path. And yeah, be nice,
Absolutely.
be kind.
Yeah, to everyone.
Yeah, to
That's
Everyone.
so
everyone.
good. That's really good. I mean, that's the power of networking and relationship building. I think that just me being in retail for so many years, that's such a great skill that I feel like I personally have just building relationships and keeping up with people, still keeping up with old bosses that I had, regional district managers, because you never know when they go to another company that they're going to remember you. So that is so important to always make sure that you're constantly networking and then keeping those relationships.
Yes, I agree completely. Completely. So I see that you have beautiful skin. So you're a makeup artist, but tell me about your skin. How were you able to have such glowing skin? Tell me all about it.
So there's a couple facets to it. So we'll start at the beginning. A lot of what shows up on your face is through your gut health, is what you're eating. we do a lot of things that we put on our face that we can ingest. So we do a lot of hydrating, but if we eat a lot of foods that are hydrating, our skin will be hydrated. So a lot of that is gut health, what you're eating and all of that. The second facet of it is skincare. And then the third facet is just knowing how to cutely and in small amounts place makeup so that you can look like a chef's kiss at the end. It's gut health, it's skincare, and then it's lightly placed, cutesy, demure makeup.
Wow. That's the first time I've ever heard anyone talk about gut health, but that just really goes to show that we are built from the inside out.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Yeah. So if you're loading yourself with the fried chicken and the potato chips and you're not drinking enough water, then it's going to show up in your skin.
It is. Your skin is your biggest organ. It's the largest organ on your body, and it's the only organ that is outside of the protective shield of the body. So we wouldn't want to take care of our skin the way we would want to take care of our lungs, the way we would want to take care of our heart, the way we want to take care of our kidneys. So there are also other facets to it. There's hormones, there's environment. There are also other facets to it, but it's largely about gut health.
And drinking water, you think?
And drinking water, yeah, that all goes with it. You don't always have to drink your water. You can eat your water. You can do cucumbers. You can do melons. You can do mangoes. Those things are high in hydration. So even if you're not a water drinker, people always say, well, I don't like water. That's cool. You don't have to like water, but do you like watermelon? Do you like mangoes? Do you like grapes? Do you like cucumber? Can you juice a cucumber? Maybe add it to some lemonade? It's not always about taking the largest leap. It's just about taking baby steps. And also what you eat, it controls your thoughts, and your skin is also connected to the hormone balances in your brain. So if your thoughts are kind of all over the place and you're stressing out, it's going to show up on your skin. It's going to show up in the form of wrinkles. It's going to show up in the form of pimples. Because a lot of times when people think of poor skin, they think of acne, but that's not it. There's also dry skin. There's also sagging skin. There's also wrinkles. Some of that comes with age, but we all know somebody who's in their 70s and 80s and look like they're in their 50s because they eat well and they get sun and they work out and do the things.
Yeah, that's great to know. So you've given me a tip to eat my water. Wow.
Yes.
I really like that. Boy, you are really helping me out here because I hadn't thought about that.
So I do have a question again about, you working on film versus your regular clients. Can you kind of tell us how different was the makeup? Is it a lot heavier because, of course, you're in film? Like, what would be the difference between you having your everyday client who maybe it's their 30th birthday or, it's their wedding versus you working on film? How is that makeup different?
On film, there's no glam aspect to it. When I'm doing my clients, they're coming to get glam. They're coming to get something that they're not doing every day. On film, they want it to look like we're just girls hanging out. We're just in the house, in our PJs, drinking our wine or whatever. But that's not a bare face. There's makeup there. Also, on film, you have to be very cognizant of the lighting, which is something that I had to learn because in regular glam, I just have my lighting set up and then we do our glam and we send the girls on the way. I'm not thinking about lighting changes, light, dark, morning, night, and nothing is what it seems like when it's being filmed. Everything is such an illusion. So I think that's the biggest thing. There was no real glam aspect to it, and it's different products for sure. Because for my wedding client, we want her makeup to settle so that it's natural and beautiful and dewy by the end of the night. We don't want a dewy face on film because it's going to look oily. So yeah, it was a learning experience for sure. For sure. Still learning as a makeup artist. Don't know everything. But yeah, that was the biggest difference. And there was no, you're given a brief. This is what we want them to look like. This is what they should look like when you get done. There's no real creative freedom which is cool because they've built this whole thing. This is their project and they brought me in on it. So I'm not here to do my own thing and show my skill in that way. But it's very, this is what we want. Thank you. Please execute.
So for the
Gotcha.
creative, do you have to sometimes kind of go against your own way of thinking in that you've spent so much time trying to make someone look beautiful, but maybe in the film industry, you've got to make somebody look older?
Yeah, I think that adds to it. It adds to the creativity of it because it's not something that I'm doing every day and it's not something that I'm used to. And it really sits me down and makes me ask myself, are you really an artist? Can you really execute art in this way? We know that you can do glam. Is this a one trick pony thing or are you really an artist? So it got me, checking myself because creativity is so fluid. It's not just I can create beautiful looks. It's I can create older looks. I can create bruised looks. It just got me really wanting to test my skill now. I want to see what I can do with special effects makeup. It's just giving me a whole different outlook. And I think it's expanded my creativity. Definitely not limited.
Do you think that you're going to further your education in this? Like, I know with makeup artists, it's not so much about going to college. I know that the makeup artist Bobby Brown, she did actually go to, I believe it was Emerson College, and actually majored in makeup artistry. They had it there, but a lot of schools do not. So, how do you continue to learn? Like, how do you keep furthering your education? Are you going to like the makeup shows? Or are you doing any type of master classes online? Like, what helps you learn more?
Yeah, I'm definitely a fan of a master class, especially if it's somebody whose art I respect and their technique I was curious about. I'm all for going and learning under them. But for me, this was never something I went to school for. Like I said in the beginning, this was just something I kind of found on YouTube and was good at. So there is a technical aspect there that I do need to learn because they don't teach that on YouTube. So I'll definitely do a master class to just get my technical skills up. Other than that, it's a lot of field work. It's a lot of being around other makeup artists, seeing what everybody's doing. There's this thing now where everybody has a salon suite. Nobody's in a salon, but there was so much learning when everybody was on a salon floor and can kind of see other techniques and things like that. So yeah, I've gone and I've worked in salons. I've worked as assistant to makeup artists here in Houston. That was a lot of how I got my clientele built up, was kind of working under them, being pulled in on weddings, not being the key makeup artist, not being in the forefront, but still being able to get bookings, get my name out there and things like that. So yeah, it's for me, it's a lot of field work, working under people that I respect, definitely master classes. A lot of makeup artists are selling the game at this point. A lot of people are monetizing off of doing teachable workshops and different online workshops that you can go and watch. So it's more accessible to get actual makeup artist classes now. So yeah, I'll do those. And other than that, it's just kind of like field work and seeing what's out there, listening to other people, seeing what they like and testing products. And yeah.
Does that training include differences in complexion? And by that, I mean, are makeup artists trained on how to, let's say, do African American skin versus Caucasian skin versus Asian skin versus Native American skin? I think there are many people out there who think that they want if you're African American, you want an African American makeup artist because they know and understand your skin, when there may be a Caucasian artist who can do African American skin. So is that included in the training, the different complexions and how to handle them respectively?
Sometimes, but not as often. Now that you're mentioning it, not as often as it probably should be. A lot of times, if you want to get a master class on a specific, at least in my opinion, this is just from the things that I've seen. If you want to get a master class for a certain complexion, I would look for somebody, a white makeup artist. If I'm looking to learn how to do something for white women, I'm going to go find a master class taught by a white woman. Not saying that there's not more options out there, but that's what I find. They will break it down a lot of times. If once they're doing their demonstration on their model, they'll say, you know, if you have somebody that's a little more warm, or if you have somebody that's a little deeper, if you have somebody lighter, then you can use this. So they'll throw those tidbits in. But if you're more of a visual person, there's not, it kind of is a separated industry. Now, you will have your makeup artists who will branch out because, you know, it's on trend. But what I will say is that there's something for everyone out there for sure.
Can I say that one thing I noticed in this industry, because I worked in it, you know, for, gosh, about 6, 7 years, what I noticed is that people of color as makeup artists oftentimes will be able to do any skin tone, but that's not always the case for other skin tones. So it's almost like if you are more melanated, you're expected to know how to work on everybody. And you see
Yeah.
that a lot with Fashion Week, whether it's New York Fashion Week or Milan, Paris. That's the complaint from a lot of the models, is that there's not enough people that understand what they look like or how to work, you know, on their skin or their particular hair texture. But I do notice that, like listening to a lot of makeup artists who are of color, that they know how to work on everyone. But again, that's not always the case for others. Someone may be hired just based off their name, but don't understand how to work on people of color. And it almost, you know, kind of goes back, Amanda, to Sonji and I. We had the talk about companies and like brands and inclusivity. And one of the things that I notice is that when women of color come out with makeup lines, they are basically going full spectrum from the lightest of light to the deepest of deep. But you don't always have that now, unfortunately.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I think as Black makeup artists, we do have to work on everybody's skin. And I just think we have the talent enough to do so. We have the creativity and just the flow to be able to do so. But you're right. You're absolutely right. I think the same.
Yeah, and I brought it
Very
up
much.
because Leslie Jones, she was a cast member on Saturday Night Live, she was on another podcast and she was like really adamant and animated about it, how she was always fighting with the management at Saturday Night Live. They would bring in a makeup artist that looked nothing like her.
Yeah.
And she was like, no, you need to bring in somebody who looks like me because
Yep.
you see what I look like? Like I need somebody who can handle my complexion. So it's just a real thing in the industry. And if you're just sitting down at a counter in the mall and you want to
Yep.
get your makeup done, like it's a real thing that people think
Yep.
about.
Absolutely. Everyone can't be NW45. I've seen
Right.
it. I've seen it time and time again. It's like, oh, okay, yeah, you're NW45. Here you go. No,
Yeah.
it does not work like that.
Yeah.
A lot of the disparities in makeup are because they think everything is for everybody, and that's just not the case. That's just, everything is just not for everybody, and that's just not the case.
Yeah. You really have to learn about, I think with makeup, undertones. That's the
Yeah.
biggest thing. It's not just, oh, I'm going to look at your skin. Oh, you have brown skin. So here you go. This is going to work for you. Not even looking at someone's, you know, forearm and seeing what is the actual undertone, or looking in the lighter parts of their face to see what actual undertone you have. I technically have yellow, not red, but everyone always wanted to throw me in something that was red based.
And so do
But
you give people what they want or what they need? There's a difference.
As far as makeup,
Yes.
it has to be a balance, because if what you want is not what you need, I'm not signing off on that. I'm not putting my name on that and sending you out in the world and you tell people that I did that. Now, we can find a balance, kind of going back to what we were just talking about, because I have a lighter complexion. Sometimes when I'm working on a darker skinned woman for the first time, they're like, do you have my shade? Because I've gone to makeup artists and they've made me way darker than I am supposed to be. And da, 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 da. Sometimes they'll bring their own foundation, especially if I'm doing an event. And I remember one time this woman, she was already on edge and I could tell. And she gave me this little NYX foundation. And she's like, this is my foundation. And I put it on her skin. And I was like, no, this is not your foundation. And she was like, well, I found it on Amazon and da 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 da. And I'm like, okay, we're not doing this. So sometimes the makeup artist will fold. Sometimes the makeup artist will be like, this lady's already agitated. I'm going to just give her what she wants. No, 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 no. We're going to find a foundation that matches your skin so that one, you look good, but two, you know that there are makeup artists who can match your skin. And then maybe you should go invest in this product instead. But yeah, it's a fine line between what you want and what you need. It's unless what you want meets a need. Then I'm with you. I'm with you.
All in on that. And I think there are a lot of people who just don't know what they're doing. I mean, I'm one of them. I don't know what I'm doing. I just go and I pick out something that I think works and I roll with it. Every now and then I'll sit down at a counter with one of the companies in the mall and then have them do the whole thing and pick out. And I think that's the best way to go. But in this busy world, I think that time is of the essence and people just run out and they see something hanging from the the little makeup display and they say, oh, I think that works. I'll go with that.
Yeah.
And then they don't know how crazy they look when they get out into the world.
Yeah. Makeup is one of those things that you just have to slow down. Like you said, where everything is we're in a rush for everything, but makeup is one of those things you just have to sit down with. And I think that's what I like about it is it just slows you down. You just have to sit. So slow down when you're picking your makeup. Consult with the professional. Like you said, that's the best way to go about it. I wholeheartedly agree with that. But yeah, just slow down. Take it easy. It's makeup.
So you would never sleep in makeup?
No, never, never. Unless you just happen to fall asleep, but never purposely, never. Please, ladies, please, just keep the makeup wipes right next to the bed, just in case. Yeah, because sometimes people, and then or put them under the pillow if you know it's going to be a long night. Put them under the pillow so when you plop down on the bed, your hands go under the pillow, you're going to say, Nana told me to take my makeup off, and I have a makeup wipe. No, never sleep in makeup. Your pores are going to get clogged. It's going to be gunky. And that little wash that you do in the morning is not going to get it all the way off. Please, no. If you do sleep in makeup, if you can, go ahead and just go get a facial the next day just to make me happy, just to get it all out. Because it's a lot that can get stuck in your makeup, especially if you have those powders on top. Those powders absorb the oil in your face, the free radicals, wherever you were. If you were at a bar or something where there was hookah or smoke, that's all in your pores now. Get it out, please.
Yeah.
When you can, go get a facial. Let somebody a professional tell you what they see in your skin, what they feel like you need, and just let them take care of you for a little while. It's always best to consult with a professional.
Because they can tell you whether to do the peel versus the laser versus, I guess depending on how deep or detailed or how far along you are in your aging.
Yeah, they can give you all of the information, and sometimes they can just calm your fears. A lot of times we self-diagnose these things that we think are going on with our skin, and they can just tell you like, no, relax. And once you start to relax a little bit, you'll start to see some of the things that you thought were issues were just the psyche playing tricks on you.
So are you familiar with range beauty?
Yes.
Okay, because we talked about that during our discussion about inclusive beauty. And one of the things with Range Beauty is they incorporate the skincare element in their cosmetics. So what are your thoughts on doing both, the kind of dual combination skincare and beauty all in the same product?
Yeah, I love it. I think it opens up a whole nother market because a lot of people are, going out buying makeup, trying to do it on themselves, but not really incorporating that skincare aspect of it. So I think killing two birds with one stone as best as you can. I think that's awesome. I love it. And honestly, I would put it in a whole separate category outside of beauty and skincare. I think it's something new. And I think a lot more companies are going to start doing that.
Yeah, that was going to be my question. Do we think that more companies need to do both?
Yes, yes. But I think I think it should be the newer companies. I think it should be the range beauties of the industry. I don't necessarily want to see it from the NARS and the L'Oreal and the Tarte. I want to see it from the new girls, the new people coming in who are coming in with fresh ideas and not just a big company trying to monopolize on something that the smaller, newer companies are doing. So yeah, for sure, as long as everybody gets a little bite of this and as long as you're making a good product, we don't want any mess.
Right. Yeah, no, Beth. So CoverGirl, Maybelline, Revlon, they need to stick to doing what they're doing.
I think so. I think so. I think so. Will they is the question, but yeah, I think they should just stick to the program. They're doing just fine.
I would love to ask you, Amanda, what do you feel like are some of your go-to products when you are just doing like everyday glam? So you have your clients who it's a wedding or it's an event. What are some of your favorite go-to products to use that someone, the average person could go to a Sephora, Ulta and purchase just to have, what do you think are some of the best things that you use?
Yeah, so as far as foundations, I love Estee Lauder. Between Estee Lauder and NARS, those are my two go-tos. Lancome has a good one too, but for my bridal clients, I'm always going Estee Lauder because it gives you a nice skin finish. That's actually what I have on right now. I like to go medium to full coverage on concealer. So I go light on foundation and I build my concealer up a little bit more just to give a nice little pop and glow to the face. And then I would say a nice bronzer. I would get a nice foundation, a nice concealer, and a good bronzer, a nice powder, a good translucent powder if you only want to buy one. If you have deeper complexion, I would say a honey or a banana powder. But I've always found that translucent powder kind of fits and works on everyone. I like the Huda Beauty and I like the Laura Mercier. Those are my two faves. Laura Mercier, she's a little controversial now, but still works for me. So yeah, I would get a good foundation, medium to full coverage concealer, very light on the powder because I like my skin to look like skin. And yeah, a
And
good
what do you
bronzer.
think of the less expensive ones like Elf?
Think that when you're starting off, those are good. But once you get the better products, you realize that there's better products. But definitely starting off, the e.l.f. Camo Concealer is good, but the L'Oreal Foundation is good. I like to pair a drugstore brand foundation with a higher end concealer because, like I said, the foundation, that's just kind of the base of your makeup. But yeah, NYX is a really good brand. Morphe, love their brushes. All of my makeup brushes, for the most part, are either Morphe or MAC, with the majority being Morphe. NYX, Morphe, L'Oreal has some good products. And you know what? There's always good products at the beauty supply store too. If you can just make it to your local beauty supply, you can get a good eyebrow pencil. You can get a good lip gloss and a good lip liner. You can get a decent foundation. You can get your mascara. So don't sleep on a beauty supply store. Everybody can, whatever your budget is, you can join in on the makeup conversation.
True.
Wow, that's good to know. Never thought of going to the beauty supply for beauty.
Yeah, that was where I started. What my first makeup products were from the beauty supply store. My first foundation,
Me too.
it was everything, right? So yeah,
Yeah.
don't sleep on a beauty supply. And I still go to the beauty supply. I'll go get a lip liner. I'll go get a brow pen. There's still good products in there that I will still have in my kit to this day, for sure.
Yeah. Beauty supply is good. I got black lipstick and lip gloss there back in the day when that's all I wore. I didn't wear any face makeup. It was just the lip gloss.
Is there any brand that's better for an older skin, for those who are in their 40s, 50s?
I definitely would recommend keeping it light. So some of the cleaner brands, I definitely recommend Estee Lauder. The brands that have been around for a while, I would go there. I would go Lancome. I would go Estee Lauder. I would even go It Cosmetics. It Cosmetics is a little newer. They're not super new in the industry, but more new than Estee Lauder and Lancome and all of them. So we have our liquids and we have our powders and then we have our mousses, which is a little bit in between the liquids and the powders. I would go more mousse-based products for sure because we don't want anything to settle in the face, but we also want that coverage. We want something that's light and fluffy. So I would go with the girls who have been around for a while and our cleaner product lines.
So, Amanda, what do you feel like is next for your journey? Like, what do you see yourself doing? We know now that you have like your personal clientele and that you're starting to get into film, television, but is there anything else that you're looking to do, or how far do you want to grow? Do you have like that end game goal for makeup artistry?
I don't even know where this is taking me. I did not think I was still going to be doing makeup. I thought when I moved to Houston, I was going to be done with it. So the fact that I'm still here and I'm still doing it and I'm getting opportunities that I never thought I would get, I don't even know where this road is leading me. So I don't know. I would love, love, love to do more film and TV. If I can be a 100% contracted makeup artist, I would do that. I don't know if my clients would let me do that, but I would love that. I would love to work on film. I would love to work on more TV. I would love to continue to be able to travel with makeup and just share it with people. I don't know in what aspect that would be. I couldn't really see myself teaching makeup. So I don't know in what way I would share it, but I want everybody to do it. I want everybody to get it because everybody seems to be interested in it, but it seems so scary. Um, so I want to bring the fun back to it. It's just makeup. It's nothing permanent. You can wipe it off. Yeah, to just be able to share how calming and relaxing and peaceful it could be. That's the part of the makeup industry that I want to tap into. But yeah, would love to do more film, love to do more TV. I have some clients that are like, I want to work with them before I finish this. So I want to work with my clients that I want to work with. Definitely want to work with Issa Rae. Would love to work with Savannah James, LeBron James' wife. Definitely want to work with Michelle Obama. There are just some people that I would love to, in any aspect. I don't even have to do their makeup. I just want to be in the room for a documentary they're doing or something in some aspect. So yeah, those are the things that I would love to see happen. I would love to work on the show with Issa Rae. That's like my biggest makeup. But however that works out, we'll see.
Sounds like a lot of fun. She seems like she would be a lot of fun.
Exactly. She seems like she would be so much fun, and she seems like me. She just seems like an awkward Black girl like me. So I would love that.
There are a lot of young people out there who now want to start their own makeup brand. Do you see any deficiencies or areas of improvement where you're like, you know what, I can come up with my own and launch my own product?
Yes. 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 As many products that we have that have these variety, we love the inclusivity, but there's always an in-between skin tone. And that's me. I can never find a foundation that matches me. It's always, oh, well, you should get this one and mix them. So I would love for not me, but somebody out there to come out with the in-between skin tones. I feel like I don't know what it is. I don't know what we're missing. I can get foundations that are very, 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 very close to my complexion, but I don't feel like they're as gold or there's just always something that's dimming the glow or something. So if we can get a makeup brand that focuses not on the main shades, but on the in-between shades, oh, that would set it off for me.
Well, maybe you're the person.
Maybe.
Maybe you're the one to get in there
Maybe.
with a chemist and start to mixing and find the right thing that does that in between.
Yep. It always starts with something that you're like an issue that you need a solution for. So you may be the one.
Possibly. That may be what's next. I might come out with a makeup line and it's just a bunch of random in between shades.
Yes. So what's your takeaway if you had to offer advice to women who are emerging from their 30s, going into their 40s, 50s, 60s, and beyond? So as you're just going, up the range, what advice would you have for those of us who are already in our 50s and those who are in their 30s right now, who will one day be in their 50s, what should we be doing now, both in skincare and in makeup?
Right now, skincare is very preventative. So we want to do the things now to prevent whatever is to come. A lot of people do skincare as something that they're trying to heal. I need a skincare that's going to clear my acne. I need something that's going to clear my dry spots. They're acting on something now. But if we can prevent, if you don't have dry skin, start using a couple of dry skin products just to prevent it. Being careful of what you're ingesting so that we can start kind of mitigating things before they start. But a lot of it is, stay active, watch what you eat. It's a lot of internal things. Treat your skin like you would treat an organ.
And
And
then
then as far as the
cosmetics,
makeup, try it. Try it. I think a lot of people are afraid of makeup. Try it. Don't be afraid of it. It's just makeup. And this is the gag. If you buy something and you don't like it, you can return it. Even if you've tested it and used it. Don't think you're wasting your money. If you buy something and you go get a foundation from Sephora or Ulta or the MAC counter or wherever, even if you get it from Walmart, if you try it and you buy it and you don't like it, return it. Go try something else. That's the only way you're going to know is if you try it. Book a makeup appointment. Go to a makeup artist, even if you're not going anywhere. Just go book a makeup appointment to see what you look like, how your makeup should look. Ask the questions that you need to ask and wear your makeup all day. Go get the products. So yeah, just don't be afraid of it. It's okay. It's okay. Nothing
That's what
about it
makeup
is
wipes are
permanent.
for.
That's what makeup wipes are for.
Yeah.
That is exactly it.
It can come off and start again.
Yep. You are not tied to it, but try it. Be fun with it. Be sexy with it. Don't just do the boring thing. It's makeup. You can be whoever you want to be. You could have blue lips and pink eyes and blonde brows today, and tomorrow look just like a regular lady. So have fun with it, please. Because if not now, then when?
right. And most of all, do not go to bed with your makeup on.
Yes. If you don't take anything away from what I said, please do not go to bed. Just think it's just bugs crawling on your face and in your pillow. Think that. And you won't want to do it.
Okay, I'll take your advice. I have to admit there have been a few nights where I did fall asleep and I just didn't have the energy to do it.
Leave the makeup wipes on the bed next to the bonnet. And then you don't even have to make a trip.
Okay. And what about baby wipes? Do those work as well?
No, makeup wipes.
Makeup wipes. So you wouldn't
Makeup
recommend baby
wipes.
wipes?
No baby wipes. Makeup wipes. A good one. Neutrogena is the one I usually go with. I like Neutrogena because it's a little skincare. So it's going to get the makeup. It's going to get the dirt.
Okay.
Amanda, I do have one more takeaway to ask.
Yeah.
Is there a trend, and you could name like one or two things that you want to see go away for makeup?
That's a good one.
Can I share one of mine while you're
Yes,
thinking?
please. Yeah.
So I love a good eyelash just like the next person, but I'm tired of like tarantulas basically on the eyelid.
Yeah.
You don't need that, especially like out in the daytime. Like if you're going somewhere important, usually that's the time that I'm putting on a set of false lashes, or if I know that I'm going to get glammed up and take pictures just to keep, in my phone as promo pictures, then I'll do a lash. But
Yeah.
just to go out, to the mall, I'm so tired of seeing these things that curl like just out like you wouldn't believe. I want that to go away.
Agree. The eyelashes and the overdrawing the lid. A little overdraw is cool, but drawing on your lip liner up here, let's cut it out, please.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Do you have anything that you're tired of seeing?
No, the eyelashes are definitely the thing that needs to go. And like you said, I don't mind the eyelashes. It's the ones that look like they have wings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So people think they look cute and they don't. And especially when you reach a certain age, no, it's not
Yeah.
cute. You know, the younger girls, yeah, I can go with it, but the older ladies, no, not cute
Yeah.
at all.
It's almost like they're still trying, like I've seen it a lot here since I've moved to Houston. And it's almost like women who are my age and up, they're trying to hold on to, oh, well, that's what the young girls are doing. Well, I don't want to look like I'm in my 20s anymore. I'm not
Yeah.
that age. Even if my skin looks good and I'm aging gracefully, I don't need to follow a lot of those trends that you see. I want to still look natural. I want people to say, "Oh, you look pretty," rather than, "Oh my gosh, look at your lashes." The compliment. So, Amanda, we thank you so much for coming on the Girly Ladies podcast and really sharing so much with us. I mean, you've educated us a lot, especially when we think of like making sure that we're ingesting our hydration. It doesn't have to be just water, but, eating fruits and veggies that have water in it. So you've taught us so much, and we're so grateful to have you as our first guest. Hopefully it won't be the last time that you come on. We can't wait to see, what the world is going to bring you, because obviously you've just been manifesting things and they've been coming true for you. So this is really great to see.
Yes, absolutely. It was wonderful, like hearing your stories and what you've accomplished and where you want to go. And we wish you nothing but great success. And we know that you're going to rock it out and continue to do amazing things. And it's always wonderful to hear from a younger voice who can kind of tell us what to do at a younger age, even though some of us have reached an older age. But I always say, boy, if you could just start young, just listen to the young people and just start young and carry that with you through your life. So thank you for sharing what our younger listeners and viewers should be doing.
Thank you, ladies. This was so fun. I'll definitely be back whenever you want me, but this was awesome. Thank you so much.
Today, we hope you learned so much with having Amanda here and really giving us a lot of tips and tricks, not only with makeup, but also skincare and just kind of our overall wellness and health. So it was a lot of great information that she gave. We hope you learned something today. And we also would love for you to please subscribe to the Girly Ladies podcast.
Yes, subscribe to the Girly Ladies at Girly Ladies. That's where you can find us on Instagram. You can also visit our website at girlyladies.com. That has all of our episodes listed on that website, as well as information on our podcast and our contributors. So you can also reach us individually. I am at Sonji Cosby. So that's SONJICOSBY. You can follow me on Instagram. And how about you, KJ?
Sure. I'm at the KJB Effect. That's, of course, THEKJBEFFECT.
Very good. So we just hope that you keep listening, keep questioning, keep growing. And we are so happy that you have joined us today. So thank you.
Thank you.